What's up, people? Let's begin Act 9, huh? It's about time, huh? It's been out for what, like 2 whole days? And I haven't even started yet? What in the heck? Alright, so today, I'm not entirely sure exactly how far I'm gonna get. I put in the thumbnail, Quest 1 and 2. That's probably all I'm gonna do. But I do have kind of a hard out time that I need to leave today. So, on the off chance that I'm going particularly slow, I might have to finish that in the next round and make up. And the idea is 2 quests at a time, though. So we're not going to waste any time whatsoever, since I am under a little bit of a time crunch, and we're just gonna get started, man. Just gonna get started. Gonna try to have fun with it. I know this content ain't meant to be the absolute craziest challenge ever, but it is still a challenge, and I have no doubt that some of these bosses, or some of the paths in general, will trip me up. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Kabam has in store for Act 9. So, looking forward to it. Let's get into it. What's up, people? Jared Shields first one in here, followed by Zafar, Just Thanos, Jaden Vu. Looks like we got a little something from... Oh, it was so close to a double slap. Oh no. So close, yet so far, it's just going to be one today. And it's going to be... Slap! Asama Mama, thank you so much for the 2. The slap goes to you, saying, give me 9.1 schlaps in honor of this momentous occasion where you start content relatively on time. Keyword relatively. That's not that far off, Only a couple days. Asama Mama, thank you so much for the 2. Jared Shield, thank you for the 222. Just saying, banana milk. Jared Shield, thank you very much. I appreciate the 222. So sorry you missed a slap by this much, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Okay, let's change this to this, and let's begin. We're just gonna go top to bottom on this one. So path 1 with Gambit here. It is Scourge Random Dot. When struck or landing a hit, the defender has a 5% chance for each Scourge charge active on them to randomly inflict either a 25% potency bleed, poison, or rupture debuff. Okay, also the defender gains 5% block penetration for each Scourge charge on them. And then proliferate, heavy knockdown. The defender gains 1 Scourge charge every 2 seconds. Okay. We're starting off with this path with Kabam's new system here, huh? That's how it's gonna start. It's kind of annoying, you're saying? Okay, I guess we'll have to see. Okay. What are the other nodes here? Clarify Striker. Whenever the attacker activates a Striker, 5 Scourge charges are removed from the defender. Okay, Transistor. The defender rewards 100% more spirit when struck, but the attacker is below maximum. But while the attacker is below maximum spirit, the defender drains the attacker's spirit. Okay, got it. And then Arrogance. Every 10 hits, falter. Got it. All right, let me wrap my head around this real quick before we head in, just to be sure I got it. So when struck or landing a hit, either way, the defender has a 5% chance. Okay, to inflict one of those things. 5% block penetration for each charge as well. And then they gain 1 charge every 2 seconds, max at 20. Timer is paused during special attacks. Okay. And for 3 seconds when knocking down. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm guessing because this is a whole bunch of stuff. Bleed, poison, rupture, all debuffs. Probably want to bring like some of the skill variety to this path. Perhaps. Let's see, where does that wrap around for path 2? Is that going to be left? That is going to be left indeed. Okay. But then also strikers. The whole mist thing though, so I don't really want to deal with that. probably bring in some miscounters as well. Okay, okay. Easy ghost path. Yeah, ghost does, like, you know, we ended the stream yesterday talking about Legends runs, and even brought that discussion over to Enzo's stream. And if it was ever more obvious to bring Ghost, if it was going to be a Legends run situation, oh my, oh my. Kingpin hood cheese. So that's where my mind was at. I was going to bring Kingpin with the hood synergy as well, yeah. Lincoln, thank you for the 3 months, saying, hey, BG, what's up? How's your Saturday going? So far, so good. Good luck at Act 9. Thank you, Lincoln. Appreciate the 3 months. Thank you very much. What in the hell, fake Catman Messiah? Stick to the damn schedule. It's, yeah, I always stream early when it's a new, like, Act content day. Even though it's, you know, it came out a couple days. Either way, like, I'm cooking here, even fully in violent mode. What? Hashtag Godmod, hashtag F the caps, hashtag burn the fake ones, hashtag damage. Almost burned myself. Damn you, BG, damn you. That's not my fault if you almost burned yourself. Great, this will take 5 hours to complete. Sounds good. All right, let's do it. So, honestly, I would bring Ghost to this, but my Ghost is not the highest rank, you know? So this synergy rate here allows Kingpin to have 100% you know, purify ability accuracy, so that every time he gets a debuff, he's going to purify it. I don't think it's that necessary, because when you get enough debuffs, they're all going to get shrugged off and converted anyway. I kind of want to try without it, actually, now that I think about it. I'm going to go ahead and bring Thorge, just because I don't know if it feels right. Let me go ahead and take a look at... I mean, is it real? Maybe it is time to rank up the 6-star Ghost, because look at her. She does still come in handy. I did take her to Sig 200 a while ago. We could pull out the 5-star. What are you guys' thoughts? No. I think I'm also going to pull in maybe just some... Whoops, I didn't mean to just be on tech. Just some 7 stars here, because 7 stars, well... They get bonuses here, don't they? How bad is all these nodes? I'm gonna run it with this team for right now. I just want to try, see the node, and then make an adjustment from there as necessary. So let's get into it. God Mode Vegeta, thank you very much for the 5 saying sub, brain and chat. Surprising seeing you early twice. How you been? So far so good today. Thank you so much for the 5. Hope you're doing well, too. Yeah, you know, I'm actually a little bit late today. I said I was going to be on probably around 1 p.m., but also give or take a couple hours. And, well, turns out a couple hours extra definitely wasn't needed, so. Dude, thank you for the 5. Chris Gonzalez with the buck as well, saying, BG, MSD isn't lying. Also, second to last is what the buck is for. What is MSD saying? Brian, did you know Deathless Vision is the best champion ever? Oh, really? Okay, I guess I'll have to rank him up, even though I know you're maybe not telling the whole truth here on this stream. Okay, let me see. BG, what's good? You want to try and clarify them as often as possible, as you striker as much as possible. AA worked well for this, and Herc did decently. Okay. Got it. Sounds good. I want to deliberately try someone that is not Kingpin for this first fight. Yeah. Sure. I want to throw out Jugs just for the heck of it, just to see how bad the damage is. This is just a tester, a quick tester. Turns out it's not even that bad. There's the falter. Fight is nowhere near over though, so let's bait this out, I suppose. That's gonna falter the 3rd hit, yeah. Sent it anyway though. Okay, turns out this node is completely irrelevant. Alright, good to know. Oh, I tried to delay my attack because you know, the falter, but whoops, that time I was not paying attention to the falter. Okay, I mean, you can still take advantage of the node with champs like Kingpin and Ghost and all that, but I didn't mean to hit there. That was an accident. Okay, and yeah, now I'm just not paying attention to it. Let's throw the striker out there. It's almost hurting, you guys. Crazy. Wait, can you throw the striker when falters? I couldn't tell if it went away. Is that a thing you can do? Oops. Oh, sneaky. Okay, so node irrelevant. Understood. Let's just continue as is. Yes, strikers can't miss. Okay, got it. All right, let's try Kingpin on this one. Let's do that. I feel like I've definitely tested the whole striker versus falter thing. It's just one of those things, couldn't remember. So I appreciate you guys letting me know. Good day, all. Yo, what up, Nasty Dan? Okay, I don't know why I continued to hit there. I knew the falter was there. So, how much time we got on that? Not quite enough to extend the combo. Got it. The damage here is not that high. It's not that bad either, but probably just use any old 7-star, because let me check the nodes again, because I think someone said 6 stars no longer get any sort of boost here. So I want to see what the node increase of attack is. Why don't you check that L2 for me, friend? Thank you. Let's hit another one of these. I can only hit one more time before falter. I feel like I should be trying to throw the striker more when falter's there and not just at other random spots, but also just throwing it at random spots. Okay. Let's see. So 7-star attackers gain a permanent attack bonus based on their rank, ranging from 800 to 2800. Let's see. So I would imagine, who knows how the scaling actually works? There's probably a way to test that, but I'd imagine if there are 7 ranks, I'm sorry, 6 ranks of 7 stars. Maybe the first rank is plus 800, so that gives another 2,000 for the other 5 ranks. So maybe it's 800 plus 400 for each rank. So maybe just guessing here, don't know. Maybe it's 800 for rank 1, 1,200 for rank 2, 1,600 for rank 3, something like that. Don't know. Okay, let's continue though. You gotta remember, these are near 1 million health champs. Mid-pin is still gonna be alright. These aren't even near 1 million. I mean, maybe other than Jubilee. Jubilee, I don't think has the highest health pool. Wow, this isn't a replay, is it? I never catch live streams. No. J Mad Dog, this is actually live. Go ahead, chuck it, girl. Get ahead. Alright, you know what? Let's just push her to special 2. I am now thinking I should have put... oh! Ow! That hurt. I am now thinking I should have put Herc on the team just for the synergy that I normally bring, Make this Hulk stronger. Ooh, a bit of a lag spike there too. Not cool. The falter was still there. Alright, let's just hit this. Not just reading, but reading and math? What is this? Oh, man. Okay, let's chill out. I don't really want to go for stun lock, because although I think there was enough time... Should also tap her once more. Well, I think there was enough time. I don't know. I didn't have that many Furies left. And with having to pause for the falters and all that. Eh. Okay, that hit me, but then the rest of her attack didn't. Oh, Jubilee. They did you so dirty in this game. That animation. I mean, it's a cool animation if it actually connected. Yo, Lags, what's up, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? Jug smokes this whole path? Yeah, I mean, he did pretty good for the one fight I used him in. Okay. I'm gonna Hulk this one again as well. Orochi fight is fun. Take your time. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that fight today, but I'm looking forward to it. All of the unique bosses, like every single one of them. Can't think of one that wasn't fun, so I'd expect nothing less of this at this point. You're not gonna stun me off of 10% chance, are you? She stunned me off a 10% chance! Why? Oh, God. How does it happen every time, dude? Every time. I threw that late. Every stinking time. Okay, not that time, though. Yeah, suck it. We chill, we chill, we chill, we chill. We go, we go, we go, we go. Every time, dude. 10% chance. Add another 0. 100% chance. Alright. Why am I reading nodes? I guess I'll jugs this. I guess I'll jugs it. Hesitated to bring jugs on this one because I feel like I spent a lot of time baiting this guy's special one, and I guess it doesn't really matter, but still. Get these 3 hits in. Ooh, did I actually block that and not dex that? Interesting. Good. Okay. Just send it. I feel like I could see people just using CGR for this as well. Would that be an accurate statement? I didn't really see CGR's name pop up in the chat. Maybe someone put it and I missed it, but... Okay, but come on. Come on, come on, come on. Go ahead. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely messed that up. Or did I? Getting hit resets the combo, you know what I mean? Okay. Moving on. Use Juggy and CGR, yes, okay, got it. Oh, hey, look, I did put Warlock on the path for a reason. Should I even use him for this though? I could use someone else. Yeah, let's use the guy. Why not? Actually, why not? As his special 2 has so many hits, it's gonna be annoying to put. Let's use Jugs. Felipe with the 10. Is that rubles? I always get confused. So sorry if that's not. Either way, thank you so much for the 10. Much appreciated. I'll read your message after this fight, since already got all up in it. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Now's the time, Omega Red. Go ahead. Where's the crits at, dude? You know what I mean? Can I get another stat focus, please? My Jugs damage is not high enough already. I'd like some more, please. I'm just gonna push. Yeah, this was a mistake. I'm just gonna push him to a special 2, but you know what? In hindsight, that's gonna slow things down more, isn't it? Just don't even care about the damage, though, you know? And with a little uppercut. Go ahead, bring it back. Watch this, Omega Red. You got your death field aura? Well, it's very fitting because you did. Okay. Ah, that's Reals, the Brazilian money. Ah, son of a. Should have known. I should have known. Felipe, dude, thank you so much. Saying I think the last mission should be 6 paths like the good old days. Only having to fight the boss 3 times make them less scary. That's a good point. I hadn't really considered that, but you're right. If you only got to face him 3 times, it's a lot less scary. That might have been the intention by Kabam, but yeah, you know, they put so much effort into the unique bosses to only have to fight them 3 times is kind of crazy. I guess with them, with like the Crucible being on the table to bring those back, you know, there could be a time again where we have to fight them in the future, but yeah. You also said I totally forgot about Glycan, and he's the Act 8 boss. That's true, dude. Like, I remember the champion boss so much more vividly compared, even though he's like technically less unique than the other ones that are like fully just unique characters. I still remember the champion boss fight more. Just because, yeah, it was so much scarier, and like, you know, the whole idea of, okay, you can take him in a shorter number of paths. Like, God, that's so much cooler. Okay, dude, Static, you were talking about a choose your own adventure yesterday. 6.2.6 was a choose your own adventure. That was a choose your own adventure, man. We got to choose, like, taking down, you know, easier paths, but more of them, or just like piling it all on. That was it right there, dude. Felipe, I would like something like that. Some kind of combination between what you're suggesting and like 6.2.6 days. That would be it, man. Dude, thank you so much for the 10. Really appreciate it. Alan, thank you for the buck as well. Saying hashtag BaldCapGate, hashtag fake fan, hashtag bald eyes, hashtag Justice King Tree. Hi, Baldy. I'm working on that 100% still. Okay. Well, we can work towards it together. Dude, thank you for the buck as always. Okay, I didn't even look at the bosses. I don't know. I guess we'll take a look at Longshot first, since I already have Torch on the team. Let's see. Crushing Striker. Whenever a science attacker activates a Striker, the defender is inflicted with a stun passive while the striker is active, and a crush debuff lasting 15 seconds. This crush is paused while the striker is active. The use of crush being added in more places. Not a fan, but hey, it's for a boss, so that's good. Don't mind, I guess. Okay. Or wait, hold on. Did I read this wrong? Defender's inflicted with a stun passive while the striker is active, and a crush debuff. So wait, the defender had... Okay. Okay. 6 Alright, this is all pretty easy stuff. I'm just gonna skip no choice and we're just gonna move. Let's go. Let's go. I love the champion fight. MS for the W. Old school, baby. Dude, good old Morningstar. I always failed with her. I failed 100% of the time with the Morningstar. But she got me there. She got me there. Why not a Phantom Blockable as a debuff? Well, so I was thinking about Onslaught. But I hadn't really read the node. I read the node, but I didn't internalize it, you know what I mean? So, I don't mind it here at all. It's just... Here's my problem with Crush. Oh, no. That's bad. Okay. Thought that was a parry. Interesting. Here's my problem with Crush sometimes. Unblockable already exists. I mean, I guess you're right, though. It is there as a debuff. That is different. I got no problems with it. I just hate Onslaught. That's all. Ooh, the auto block. Guess I didn't read that node. Come on, friend. Get the crush back up. Go ahead. I should just be blocking this for more charges, I guess. Throwing this special too, but I don't know why, because I'm just gonna sit here. I should have dashed back and done a heavy attack to charge up a little. Let's do that now. Okay, okay. This guy's got a lot of health, huh? My god. Let's block that again. Come on. Just keep blocking. Send the striker. How much health did this guy have? Because that took a while. It was a, oh, only 255. I don't know why it felt like it was up in like the 5-minute range. Okay. Anywho. Let's see here. Brian Crouch, thank you very much for the 2. Saying 4 wisdom teeth pulled. No solid food for 2 weeks. Dude, the wisdom teeth, that was not fun. I had those pulled as well. Your mouth will feel weird long after. Like they probably got those like temporary stitches or whatever, and close the holes where the teeth were pulled. Yeah, that area takes a while to heal fully. So it feels a bit weird. But no solid food for 2 weeks. Was it really that long? I'm trying to think how long it was for me. I guess I ate a lot of mashed bananas at that time. Yeah, that was like my primary food for like the first couple days. Yeah, dude, hopefully the recovery goes well. Hopefully you're not in too much pain right now. I don't do well with taking pain meds and stuff, so I actually just didn't take them and just kind of sat there like, this sucks. yeah, my body, I threw up whatever pain meds they gave me, so. All right, Alan, thank you very much for the 10. Saying, BG, would you ever consider a live stream with content like this with Sim or DLL? I feel like your intellectual point of views are similar and would be great for the community to digest. Good luck. I like those guys. Those guys are, well, I don't know how they consider me, but I consider them friends. I don't, you know, we talk in the, like, the content creator Discord at times. And, of course, you know, met at, in Vancouver and all. And, yeah, I like those guys. I'd never be opposed to, talking with them in any kind of capacity. The only thing is, like, I mean, especially DLL, you know, with his actually, you know, working on the game, knows this game so much more than I do. That said, knowing the game more, it's in some ways it's not like we couldn't have a conversation, because sometimes when you're that deep in it, you can't see sometimes what players are seeing and all that. So it would still be fun conversation and everything, but I'm just saying, when you mention, like, the intellectual side of things, depending on what you mean by that, I don't know that I would be able to add to whatever DLL was talking about or something, you know. But if we're just talking about, like, the game as a whole and thoughts on, you know, different things, what would be most fun, good for players and all that, oh yeah, I love those conversations. I thought about starting a podcast a long time ago, and that would have been, yeah, that would have been a good episode for sure. With either of those guys, or both, or whatever, but never ended up doing that, you know. Who knows? Maybe there's still a time in the future I do that. All right, before we start this next path, there was a bunch of other super chats too. My, oh my. Alan, thank you again for the 10. Unexpected Prince, thank you very much for the 10. Saying, yo, been a while. Good to see you doing story content. I've always been a fan of it. Question 1, are you having fun? Question 2, is it good? Question 3, how would you make it better? So, am I having fun? Yes. I say hesitantly. I'm having fun with it because I this is what I'm expecting from it. I'm not expecting like the most intense challenge. So I'm having fun going into it with that mindset. You can make most things in life fun going in with that mindset. Of course, there's truly terrible things in life that you can do your best to stay positive with, and that's not going to happen. But I would say Act 9 content for me, I'm going into it with the understanding that it's not super challenging. It's bite-sized content these days. Go in, knock it out, get to the unique boss, get some good rewards and all that. So yeah, I'm having fun like that. Is it good? Question 2, probably not. Question 3, how would you make it better? That's a tough one. I'm going to come back to question 3 as we do the paths. But let me read these other ones as well first. Santi, thank you for the 2 months. Say, by the way, I cranked the math. Rank 1 is 800. Rank 2 is 1133. Rank 3 is 1466. Attack for the 7 stars. Interesting. Okay. That's what it comes out to be. Okay. So yeah, they must have backloaded some of the other scaling. Okay. Cool, dude. Appreciate the numbers. All right, Static with the 10 as well. Saying newest challenge just dropped. It's done by day 2 with 100%. Sorry, with 100-hour work week. I spend $0 on it. My son as well. Kebab needs to make money on act content. A new dynamic is needed. I only do Battlegrounds and Everest anymore. I'll agree, Static. And we're with that in mind, we'll come back with how would I make it better as well. Because it's a tough question to answer. But I agree with what you're saying, Static. I agree. I mean, other than they need to make money on it. Because, I mean, I don't want to spend money on it, you know what I mean? But, no, I mean, even that I agree with, I guess. Because if it was more challenging, people would potentially spend or just take more time to beef up their roster or need to push through without the stronger roster, but with a higher use of consumables. Just things that make you feel, dude. Like there's content that, like, dude, I mean, I remember 6.2.6 for a reason. I mean, it was itemless for me, but even without it, even when I was watching, like, I remember other people's experience with 6.2.6. That's how memorable that content was. Whereas this, I already forgot who was on that path. Didn't matter. All right, no strings on me. Thank you very much for hitting that member button, though. Hey, dude. Thank you very much. I don't see any message from you. Just throwing down the support, grabbing a banana. I'm sorry that I worded it that way, but welcome. Please enjoy your banana, along with all these kick-ass custom emojis. Thank you so much. Sohaib as well with the 49 months, just saying shout out to the playback crew. Oh yeah, shout out to the playback crew. Sohaib, thank you. I still have revives and heals left over, a lot of them, but not that good. All right, let me read this note and then we'll come back to that. All right. Plasmatic Aura. When the defender triggers an armor up buff and reaches 3 or more stacks of it, they gain a Plasmatic Aura buff for 10 seconds. While Plasmatic Aura is active, striking the defender with a light or medium attack inflicts a plasma debuff on the attacker. Okay, so while they have that, just do heavies or specials. Dealing 20% of the defender's attack as energy damage over 5 seconds. But it's a plasma debuff, though, so still get willpower healing from that, and it's only 20%. Once it expires, it goes on cooldown for 10 seconds. Okay, that might not even be that bad to eat 1 or 2 of those. Escalating armor buff. Every 5 seconds, the defender gains an indefinite armor up buff. Okay, Cosmic Fracture. Cosmic attackers' light attacks have 50% chance to armor break the defender, reducing their armor rating. Okay, so they're just really rolling out the like the monthly event quest style, bring this class, win game kind of thing. Okay, Combat Deja Vu unblockable. Okay, so if you do the same attack twice in a row, they go unblockable. The defender is immune to Incinerate. Imperial Defiance. Defenders are immune to the effects of Nullify and all Nullify adjacents. Okay. Let's see. The path itself. Those 3, not a problem. And then these 3. Okay. Well, let's bust out some Cosmics. I am going to leave... should I leave both these guys on the team? No, let's not. Let's go these 2. You as well. And let's get the duck involved, maybe. He'll be kind of backup. I think let's do it. Let's roll. Okay, so Aldo, thank you for the 49 months. And BG, good luck with Act 9. Aldo, thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate the 49 months and the good luck. Oh, thank you, thank you. Let me get this first fight in, and then we'll chat here. So, well, the tree is gonna kind of cheese the debuffs as well. All right, I intentionally just made him unblockable. Hit him with some of these, even more armor breaks. When you're playing the tree, by the way, it tends to line up better, I've found, if you throw the special one first. That way, like, look at my power. I would have had... in this case, I would not have had too much power going into special 2, but, like, I could have. Okay, that was... wow. Wow, the tree. Oh my, 40 seconds. All right. Hold on, Red Dog with the 2 as well, adding to the conversation that we're about to have, saying bring back gated paths, add tags too, and of course only 7 stars allowed, and you need to explore all Everest content just to unlock it. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is maybe a bit much. And you get exclusive champs as a reward. That, I would say, is, I don't know if I'm on board with all of that, Red Dog. This is of course going into the or with on the discussion of like making the content better in some way. So I will say, starting off, and by the way, what's up, Cam? Better doesn't always mean harder. Wow, what a fitting time to say hi to Cam, I just realized after that sentence, huh? Jesus. But yeah, better does not always just mean crank the difficulty. I do think better, it also means just like interesting in general. And my biggest complaint with all the story content, I don't know how you guys do this to me, man. I was planning on staying positive all damn day today. I really was. What the hell, man? I was gonna be a good little MCOCer and just have some fun whacking away at this content. How did this happen? But yeah, my biggest gripe with the story content in general is all the paths just kind of feel the same. Ooh, she caught me with that one. It almost hurt. The paths didn't feel this way in the past. Even if they... Like, man, before Act 7, they just really did not feel the same. I'm trying to think back to even, like, early content. Even, like, Act 1. Dude, Act 1 through Act 6. The paths never, to me, felt the same. But they're so standardized here. It's crazy. So that'd be my first thing that I'd change. So on the subject of like difficulty though, so well actually let's go with this path. So you need to make things threatening. Some level of danger is good, but I also don't think it always needs to be exclusively danger. One of the big things that I liked about 6.2 is it felt like every path had some way to take advantage of mechanics to heal. So I don't mind that, like, this plasma... First off, I don't even remember how this plasma works. Because they need armor up buffs and I'm armor breaking. Okay, never mind. No wonder there was no plasma. But I don't mind plasma being, like, kind of weak and being able to trigger willpower. Like, that gives you something to play around and, you know, heal off of. I think that's cool. So... That's one way that, like, yeah, you don't need to crank difficulty to make it interesting, because I don't mind that being a little bit lower. But then there's not really anything else here. There of course does need to be difficulty. As far as cutting out lower star level champs, to your point, Red Dog, I like that for some content. I like that for the more Everest. Sorry, content. I don't think Necropolis should have allowed 6 stars in it. I don't think Crucible should have allowed 6 stars in it. The thing about it is these aren't isolated pieces of content. Not the way that I think about them, at least. Like, I think of them all as a greater part of the game experience. And the thing is, when you... Oh, I got some plasma on me now. It's... Oh, it almost hurt. The thing about... I should really just save for special 2s at this point. But now this one's not going to time out. Alright, so I'm actually not going to hit him intentionally. Now I'm going to hit him. So I can build up my Furies. Now he's going to hit me because I messed up. I'm going to slow my combo here. We'll get the Striker just to allow a little bit more time even. Now let's hit him with this special too. Damage wasn't that high. Oh yeah, I botched that big time. Sorry, man. What am I saying? Hard to focus and talk about this sometimes. I think I need more armor breaks on this guy. Can't crit him because of all of his crit resistance, because I wasn't playing around his charges. So I can't naturally apply as many armor breaks. But okay, yeah. Let me get back on track here with what I'm saying. So the game is not like these high level areas of the game. I don't consider them like totally isolated away from the rest of the game. It's part of the experience, and you might think like, oh, it's really unfair if you know, you're not allowed to bring lower star levels to certain content, but it makes the rest of the game feel alive, because now you're like itching for every single crystal that you can possibly crack open that will help you out. You're like, dude, I don't even care if the 7-star I get is not the absolute best, because I need, you know, 30 plus of them. They just need to be at least decent to get me in through the Crucible, or, you know, I don't have this champ as a synergy for Necropolis, so like getting them would be cool. It just, yeah, it makes the rest of the game feel more alive. That was a much longer fight than it needed to be. Okay, 3 minutes. So yeah, I wouldn't want to see 6 stars cut out of this area. If Kabam was going to, though, I still think they kind of messed up when they did it the first time in Act 6, when they had like star restrictions. My ideal way of handling that, and this would have been more effort on Kabam's part and maybe not something that they were able to do, but what I would have preferred seeing is like making it part of the story where like you know, I always use some kind of force field. It doesn't have to be a force field, but let's just say it's some force field on the content, like only strong enough star level characters can actually enter. But as you chip away at the paths, the force field gets weaker and weaker until you're eventually able to bring in, you know, all of your champions. And that's like, let's say that if there was 5 paths in a quest, you know, maybe once you knock out 2 of them, you could bring in 1 star level down. Once you knock out 2 more, you could bring in 2 star levels down, kind of thing, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough question to answer of what to actually do to make the content better. A lot of people like the content this way too. I want to acknowledge that for a lot of people, there's nothing wrong with this content. And that's fine to feel that way. Nothing wrong with having that opinion as well. All right, Static with the 10. Should I try the duck here? Let's try the duck here. Static, though, thank you so much for the 10. Saying the issue with Gates in Act 6 was at the time there were only 1 to 2 champs that could get past a certain point, which is bad, versus now where everyone can do them, roster be damned, which is also bad. Oh, I forgot about, I'm gonna have to do a, okay, here's what I'm gonna have to do. Medium into heavy, which means I get less. Ooh, I tried to do a medium there, didn't register. Gonna get less build up. All right, we're gonna go back to the Cosmics after this one. Just want to have a little bit of duck fun. We'll still crank some damage real soon. Yeah, Static, I hear you. I think there's such a thing as too accessible. And if things are too accessible, well, what's the point? You know? Like, let's say you start a brand new game. Because some people are probably like, what do you mean too accessible? Let's say you start a brand new game. It's a different type of game. It's a single player game. It's maybe Elden Ring or something like that, right? Maybe Elden Ring is not a good example because it's meant to be difficult. But screw it, we're going to go with it. And I've never even played the game. Let's say you start the game, but you have everything that you need already. You have all, like, the full equipment. You're as strong as can be. You just walk up to the final boss and you fart on him and he falls over. Then every other part of the game is irrelevant, you know? I had the chance to complete this content 3 years ago, 4 years ago, probably. You know? So that's kind of the point of saying that is like I was prepped for Act 9 by the time Act 6 was finished. You know? So yeah. Agree, Static. Danny, thank you so much for the 10, saying, what's everyone's mood for today? You know, I mean, I'm hoping that it's still a positive mood. It's still a fun, positive mood. Because I didn't mean for this conversation to go this way. I didn't start this. I ain't started, man. Other people did. Danny, dude, thank you so much for the 10. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Hopefully everyone else is too. Thank you so much. Cam saying, man, it's been absolutely nuts how much more difficult the game feels after I took a serious step back. Still pretty engaged, but some of the recent stuff I've been feeling like an unfair beatdown. Ah, interesting, Cam. Interesting. That is something to consider too. Is that you know, the game for the like this game is built for the masses, and the masses aren't able to play as much and stuff. That said, I already took a serious step back too, and oh, you know what? We actually have to play around as unblockable here. Okay. Let's actually play around the deja vu and just do light, medium, light, medium. Okay, let's set up for a big old special 2. There's nothing about this that feels unfair to me though, Cam. Okay, let's roast this guy. I guess we're not really roasting if it's immune to incinerate. Now that I'm just now realizing that. I'm like, oh wow, I'm really not doing that much damage on my special 2s actually. Oh man. Alright, maybe we'll just stack up some special ones. Get more armor breaks. Okay, thank you. Let's talk more about that point though, Cam. Because I will say the content at the time, going like judging by old content at least, it was way more challenging, and that was when I was my most active. Meaning, like, I was doing everything I could to have as strong of an advantage going into content as possible. And even then, it was substantially more challenging. Which is that definitely does suggest that, like, yeah, this is quite a bit different in terms of difficulty, where you don't even have to really be keeping up with alliance stuff to play. Which, again, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. It's just the way things are. Let's try Hulkling. I don't know if Hulkling would be more fun than the Death Tree, with the Death Tree having higher rank and the 7-star attack bonus of, what was it, like 16? No, not 16. What was it? 1466? Whatever it was. Kabam still knows how to make very challenging content. I mean, just look at some of the champs that they've made. It just feels like they're putting the challenging content in weird things. Oh, that's not a lot of damage. That is not a lot of damage. Come on, there we go. We got one crit at least. So you can punish that special one still. Okay. Cool. Sit back. Let's get her to turtle up. Got Striker here as well. Do we throw it? Yes, I do. I don't even remember her special 2, so I'm going to sit back and let her use that special 1 again. Ooh, oh, yeah, I knew I was too early on that one. Oh, yikes. That hurts. Okay. Cool. Me in there. All right. Let me see here. Oh boy, I don't even know which messages. Okay, I don't think I read this one yet. Danny, thank you once again for the 10. Red Dog, thank you for the bucks. And I actually really like how so many of my alliance mates use different champs for different challenges. The Eternity of Pain fights are one of my favorite types of content for that reason. Yeah, so that's part of it too, is like, does this content really need to be as challenging when there's like other types of content available too, like that? I don't know. Because yeah, those fights are really fun and everything. Well, let me see. Boss. Okay, Eldritch Scar. Whenever a mystic attacker nullifies a buff on the defender, they inflict a neutralized passive of 30% potency, max of 5. Whenever a buff on the defender is prevented by these neutralizes, the attacker passively gains 3% of their max power. The attacker gains it. Okay, cool. So you want to be using. Got it. Prey on the weak. The defender gains 3% of their max power each time a buff is nullified or expires. Okay, so okay, nullified or expires. Gotcha. All right, so you really want to use the Mystics, which I probably should have planned ahead for. What about this guy? Comes the boom. The defender starts to fight passively special locked. Jump the waters. Bunch of BS. Do we just fight this guy first? You know what? I could do either one. What does this path entail? Power shield, power snack. I could do either one, but I think I'm just going to I'm just gonna skip and we're just gonna run right. Let's go this way. Nolo Lobo, thank you for the 5 as well, saying, yo, BG, enjoy as best you can Act 9. I am enjoying it. X23 Slime Suit is a ton of fun. That's her nickname, X23 Slime Suit. I used Lady D and got a solo fairly easily. Did you watch the BMX vid? I did watch the BMX vid. It was cool. It was pretty cool. Okay, yeah, Lady D. I've been hearing Lady D and Jugs. I guess those are the two I've been hearing most. Okay, I'm not gonna fight her today. But yeah. All right, I'm just gonna run in here with Hulk, and then I'll read the notes if I fail. Let's do that. Because I didn't read them, I skimmed it and noticed there was nothing that was like, you need bleed, and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't need bleed, so let's just run it. Oh wait, is he not gonna? Oh, there we go. I was like, oh god, maybe I should have ran it. He's not gonna pop his special until he gets special 3. Now we're good. I maybe should have held on to that special, but. It's fine. He's going down. Ooh, 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 ooh. He's unstoppable. Okay. Another special 2. Whoops. That was meant to be a dash back. There we go. Okay, Lincoln, thank you very much for the 5 as well. Saying last 2 messages, if you can, please. Trying to add to the conversation, and it's a longer message. Sorry for the hassle. Oh, dude, no worries, man. Let me find it after this fight. This special 3. Lincoln, I will get to yours, but since it is a longer message, I'm going to put that on hold for just a moment. And I'm going to read Red Dogs. Saying, it's the AI changes that make the game feel harder for me today, era, versus the past. It's a whole new skill set to adapt to, that kind of thing. We change entire techniques constantly now. Interesting point. I hadn't really considered that. That is, it is certainly a driving force. I don't know that I totally agree with that, but of course, some things that the AI can do, yeah, of course they've made the game more difficult, no doubt about it. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I haven't had to adapt that much. Definitely have had to adapt, of course. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. I think for me, though, what has made the game feel more difficult is really just the defenders. You know, some of them being cranked up to absurd levels. Specifically, you know, Bullseye and Serpent being the 2 that are far and away feeling like, I mean, Serpent more than any. Again, just I compare that guy to the Collector in 5.2, which just feels insane. But, yeah. Let me see here. Oh, wait, I skipped this one. Alan, dude, thank you for the 5. Saying, BG, they made an effing egg emoji for you. They clearly value your opinion. Do you ever voice them to Kabam directly? Oh, God. Alan. Too much do I voice my opinion to Kabam, to the point where I feel bad about it, because I'm like, these people are just trying to do their job. And I'm here every little thing. Like, yeah, I mean, I sent them feedback already privately about the store. I sent them feedback on almost everything in this game. But I already gave them feedback about the store. Like, why is the text, like the dollar amount so small here, and like, what the contents that you get in these like too small. I try to do it in a nice way, saying like, I know it's difficult because it's, you know, something that's for, you know, you're designing it something that has to be like fitting across every single device. These stores look better, but I still feel like there's so much padding near the unit amount, right? Like, why wouldn't that be larger? It feels like it should be a little bit larger. Anyway, but the point is, I send them feedback on pretty much everything, and a lot of times I feel like I shouldn't. I really shouldn't, and I should just make videos. And if they want to watch, and if they, you know, want to get that feedback, well, then they know where to find it. Additionally, like, it would be better for me because, hey, more videos. One, I do too many live streams and not enough videos, so I understand that from your guys' perspective. Or maybe not you guys exactly that are in here now, because, well, you're in a stream, but not everybody, you know, some people just prefer the videos over streams. And then also just from like an ad revenue perspective, more videos made. Yeah, of course. Like, I'm giving them free feedback instead of making money off my feedback, essentially. So I think about it all the time of like, what am I doing? Let me stop this. But yeah, I give them feedback privately all the time, because at the same time, I always think like, if I respected someone, which I don't know if they respect me or not, but you know, if I respected someone, I would want to get the feedback from them privately rather than them like, you know, putting absolutely everything out there publicly. So yeah, I send a lot of stuff privately. But yeah, dude, thank you very much for the 5. Okay, Lincoln, let me see here. Last 2 messages. Let's see. Thought, what if story content moving forward is the same 3 paths, sort of laid back, but needs focus, and have good rewards, but add specific objectives to get extra rewards, like Season of Pain. That way people still have the laid-back type of gameplay from recent story content, while still enticing people that want it to be more difficult to have an incentive to make it hard for themselves. Lincoln, yes. Big time yes. This is something that I've actually talked about a bunch in the past as well, and I have put this in a video before, where I've talked about these rewards. Bad example since Act 9 just started. These rewards, where it shows completion and exploration. I talked about just having a 3rd section, like before you break it out into individual chapters, where it's completion, exploration, and then challenge. And challenge, you know, it would be completing specific challenges tailored to that content. I think that would be really cool. I don't know if Kabam will ever do that. I don't know if it fits well with even like the business business, did I just say? Did I just add an M to business? The business model. I do that way too much, dude, where it's like the next word, the M starting in the next word. Anyway, the business I don't know if it fits with that, or yeah, I don't know if it's like something that a lot of players want, or if only few players would participate in. There's a lot of unknowns from like my side, so I don't fight for it as much, but I've definitely suggested that several times, so I'm on board with that idea totally. I'm even on board with challenge modes being like time-based, and they kind of did that with the Crucible, but like if you really want to push players to like do something, because of course things get easier over time. Labyrinth today is not a challenge. It's just a cool area of the game that you can go back to and decimate with a ramped up, you know, fully maxed out ascended Aegon or something, right? But doing it at the time was a real challenge. And if you want to add like additional something for that, like some kind of cosmetic, or what I've talked about a lot in the past too, of this feels archaic. This summoner profile. What are these stats? Like I don't know. Just give us some like achievement type badges in here based off of what we do too, and you could have that be sort of like the time-based reward to it all. I think that'd be cool. So yeah, there's a lot that Kabam could do. TXN Zorn, thank you so much for the 20 rupees. And Ayo, sup, Baldy? I'm hoping you're doing well. And yeah, some tweet. Okay, let's see. My current 5 and 6 star champions, some are missing that I couldn't post, and Awaken Aegon is one of them. Okay. Pretty nice, dude. I don't know if this was a question that you had, or if this was just showing off the roster. Because I don't see any question, but looks like the progress is going well, dude. So keep it up. Keep it going. And thank you very much for the 20 rupees. Red Dog with another buck as well. What's up, Lizer, by the way? Oh, we dunking on the UI changes? I wasn't really trying to dunk on. I'm just giving feedback. Right, Red Dog saying, speaking of defenders, I'm so sick of Arena. The concept of death matches is obsolete. These defenders can take you out at any time. You actually have to pay attention. It's disgraceful. Yeah, I'm not a... I don't play Arena anymore, but I know that I wouldn't be a fan of it. I completely agree. Completely agree. Arena must be a nightmare these days. Okay, let me see. Whenever a mutant attacker... Alright, I'm just going to throw some mutants in. Incinerate immune, though. Oh, come on, dude. My favorite mutant. At least right now. Come on, man. I can't even use my Sunspot. Would Sunspot still be good? Whenever a mutant attacker activates a striker, they gain a non-stacking 30% energized passive. Okay, I mean, I might just ignore some of this, too. An attacker triggers a buff. It is immediately nullified, and the attacker gains 25% of a bar of power for power snack. Okay. Let's keep these two on the team. Power snack. Ugh, power snack. Damn it, dude. Alright, let's pull dust. Is Archangel good here? How bad is Sunspot? Can I bust out Namor, actually? Dude, where's my 7-star? Where's my 7-star cable, dude? About to bust out the old APOC cable. Let me just ascend this man real quick. It'd be probably a good time to learn Professor X. How bad is Sunspot? I need to know. We're gonna test him real quick. By the way, I am not going fast enough, dude. Oh boy, I'm not going. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Sorry, just one sec. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. All right. Let's try Sunspot here, just for the heck of it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. So Incinerate immune, which of course, bad. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna be swapping this guy out. But just wanted to for once. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine, because gonna be resetting here in a sec anyway. I mean, it's doable if you really want to, but let's cut him. And I think what I will do we put jugs in there anyway? What if I bring Sassy? Namor, I kind of want to play you. I kind of want to bring Dust too. Ah, God, what do I do? Let's do this. Jugs? Sorry, friend. You're out. Let's move. Use Onslaught. Don't have him. Brown, I'm back now. Yo, MSD. And have to remind you about Deathless Vision and how he's the best. Also want to call, buddy. Sure. If you want to hop on. Let's do it. Hold on. TXN Zorn, thank you for another 20 rupees. Saying another tweet. There was a tweet before that as well. There was another tweet. Okay. Aha, I see. Hey, sup, busy. Had my college exams and wasn't active a lot, but yeah, did play a little bit, and I am damn sure I'm the luckiest free-to-play Cav player. Watch another tweet from my 5 and 6 star champions. Okay. Oof. Is it pick for ants? But that's okay. We could tell it's Kate, I think. Okay, looks like I don't even know who you take here. Enchantress is new, but Kushala right there. And then new Diablo as well. Yeah, that's good stuff, dude. It's good stuff. Hold on, MSD is calling. Oh, ready when you are? Oh, yeah. Alright, let's see. Let me see if there was... Did you say there was another tweet? Because I think I only see... Yeah, okay. It was just those two, I think, right? Okay. Dude, yeah, thank you very much for the rupees. You definitely got some good luck going there, for sure. No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. What's up, MSD?
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, pal?
Al, I'm doing great. How are you?
That's good, dude. I'm doing good too. Hold on, before we chat it up more, let me see. Depression Cito, thank you for the bug, saying Brian Grant, try not to be handsome. Challenge impossible. No, it's not a. This thing is disgusting, dude. What are you talking about? Oh man, I appreciate you though, man. Depression Cito, thank you so much. This beard. I think today is the last day of it. I'm happy. I'm very happy. But dude, thank you. Alan, thank you for another 5 as well. Saying I'm East Coast and watching BG arena streams till 2 a.m. Was my favorite at the time. You should hit 1 3-day session for old schoolers such as myself. I may. Just because they're the best for chatting. They really are. So maybe soon. Brian! Tara! Sup? Oh, is that Clarissa in here as well?
I think she's yelling at me.
Yeah, I see that saying, how dare you, MSD? You know, I've tried to invite Clarissa on call so many times. Clarissa, I'm sorry. Please don't murder me for that statement. I'm assuming that's what that was for, though. Please throw a little acorn at me, squirrel girl. Thank you. Okay, MSD, I'm sure you have 100% cleared this on, what, both accounts at this point?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I figured as much. How did you enjoy the content?
I liked it. I think it's a proper step up from Act 8. And yeah, that's kind of it. It's just a bit of a step up from what Act 8 was, and that's what we needed. We didn't need another... I mean, Act 8 wasn't a quote-unquote cakewalk, but it was pretty easy relative to where our rosters are now. So having content that pushes the constraints of that a little further and makes you actually think about what you have to do instead of just going in there and kind of pressing buttons to some extent. I like it. There's a couple of paths in here that are pretty fun.
Interesting, okay, because I was definitely thinking I'm just pressing buttons.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple of paths in here that you can't just do that.
Okay, okay. Well, that's cool then. Okay. Oh wait, Chris said, Brian, no lags on call. Who told you to stream this time when I'm out and about, bald man? Okay, I just wanted to see if there was other Clarissa messages here. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those other paths, I suppose. We were chatting a lot about this content, and I actually didn't drum up the conversations, which is kind of either that's telling that people want to hear me go off on some of this content, or it's just that other people are starting to feel some of the ways that I feel about some of this, where I don't know, I do like when the content is a bit more varied, I would say, like even just the paths themselves. But you know, I'm going into it not expecting that it is going, like, I'm not expecting like Act 6 again, so I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't think we will really ever see something like that again, because that's not user friendly for a majority of people.
Yeah.
For you and me, that's what we want. But for the majority, like the silent majority, because the YouTube community makes up, if I had to take a guess, maybe like 20% of the total player base is on YouTube. And that's just me spitballing. That could be higher, could be lower. But
yeah,
the wide reach of this game, like, so many more people play and are on YouTube. So you kind of have to remember that when you're, especially in a position of like a content creator where your voice has weight to it. What you say, it translates to a smaller audience relative to, like, you know, your community size and whatnot. But the game probably has to take into consideration that the YouTube vocal side is not making up for that majority, which they're really advertising for. But they also have to make people who are active on social channels happy as well. So it's an interesting balance that they have to try and strike up, you know?
For sure. Because, like, I agree with everything that you said there. But I think part of it is that, you know, the people that are making content, whether YouTube, Twitch, any sort of guy, all that stuff, it's just advertising for the game. And if players, like, again, I don't know why I'm using Elden Ring for examples today, because it probably shouldn't, because that game is meant to be hard. But like, people watch other people play, and it's that whole idea of like, wow, this person's really struggling. I wonder if I'm good enough to, you know, do this myself. Let me give it a go. You know, like, that's part of it. And yeah, when I look at other people playing a game, that's definitely something that attracts me to a game. So, and I don't think like the entirety of the game needs to be super challenging, but I also think, you know, part of any good video or movie or anything, any piece of media, is just a good story. I feel like sometimes that's not quite understood people know it because that's what they like, but like sometimes when you're making content, when you're just starting out, people might not understand that, and might first thought is like, oh, what sort of equipment do I need to do this? But really, it just comes down to like what kind of story is being told, and the game kind of handles that story, and it handles it not just for watching content, but for playing the content too. And if the story is like, okay, you need to assemble all of the stones or gems or whatever they're called. I'm such a Marvel fan. To get to, for the Infinity Gauntlet, to be able to take down Thanos, that's a good story. But if it turns out your Hulk can actually just one-on-one fight Thanos and GG, game over, like there's not really any story to that. So I think that translates through like advertising as well, through like the social channels of, okay, even if someone has never seen this game before, but they watch a video where it's like, dude, first I had to do this, then this to power up, and that enabled me to, do X, Y, and Z, and then finally I can take on this other challenge. Like, dude, that's the stuff that it's like, whoa, it's actually really cool.
Yeah.
But if it's just like mindless face smashing fun, that's cool to some extent, and cool for some areas of the game.
I mean, that's like what Realm of Legends is now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to cut you off here too much, but people are saying I need a volume boost.
Okay, I can take care of that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think keeping an engaged audience is when you say story. This is my interpretation of what you said, but it doesn't mean like the actual continuity of like the story that's being told with Karina or whatnot. It's like the story of the gameplay and like what you need to do.
The summoner's journey, essentially.
Yeah. But I think on one hand, there's probably a small portion of this community that isn't even on YouTube, not on any social channels, probably plays the game super casually, that follow it for the actual like in-game story. I
totally
guarantee there's people who do that, and more power to
doubt.
them. I mean, that's probably what a way to play. Totally different from anything you see or hear about. With this game specifically, because this game, it's so unique in the sense that you can completely ignore the thematic and narrative story, and still play to the highest possible level, or a very high level.
I thought based off the damage of the first special 2 that another special 2 would kill him. It didn't. So I just pushed him red. Oh, let me turn my special 3 thing back on. Yeah, no, you're totally correct in that some people, they just want to play for the actual story and play this game as if it was a comic. And there's some people's jobs at Kabam just to make that, good for those players too. Yeah. And I know, like Jay Axe, for example, I'm not sure how active he still is, but I know his driving force of like playing the event quest was just to know the story and keep up with it. So yeah,
there are definitely people out there like that.
For sure. Yeah, so to keep like this side of it easier for those people, that's totally a thing as well. Even though technically they could get that story through others, but still, yeah, it's different when you get to experience it for yourself.
Yeah. I'm gonna catch up on some of the super chats here. You have one from Zinc Crate for $2 saying a beard shave stream. Is that something you're interested in doing?
It's definitely not. But it's interesting that's I can't even remember how to play Dust. Did I even need to do a heavy attack leading into that special too?
It did nothing. You actually needed to complete the heavy. Trigger the
Gotcha.
Sandstorm.
Okay. So heavy attack
And then
at like
special
2.5, and then special 2. Okay.
You can heavy at 2.9. She doesn't trigger her special 3 unless you.
Ah, that's what it
have the
is.
Sandstorm
Okay.
triggered.
Okay. Gotcha.
Alan. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Dust is pretty cool, and I want to play her offensively more, but because my defensive roster is not that strong, she 90% of the time is just on defense.
Yeah,
So
I totally get it.
I have to like relearn her every time I occasionally bust her out.
I want a Dust very badly. I'm sitting on a Titan Nexus right now, thanks to Raid Shadow Legends, and it's very tempting to open it now and see if I can get Dust or a Serpent dupe, because she's one of the ones that I don't have at all as a 7-star. So
Yeah. She's really cool. I like her, but and she's a consideration for rank 3. But
I thought
like
she
I
was
said,
already. I thought you already took her up.
nah, she's
She's
rank
still
2.
rank 2?
Yep.
Wow. Well, if I were you, I would be keen to get her up.
Yeah. It's between this guy or this gal and a few others.
Okay. Back to the super chats. Alan sent over another buck saying, I forgot to mention if I dupe Patriot, he goes to rank 3. Also, I can't believe I watched that whole video knowing you were going to choose your big man thing. Yeah?
You know, that video, I wasn't trying to necessarily like trick people. It's kind of the way it ended up coming out, I guess. But it was my way of saying, hey, I actually think White Mags is the better of the two. Yet I'm still making this decision because Man Thing is awesome.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to talk out both sides. Late as can be, of course. No one else could benefit from that because the crystal's expired for everyone else. But I gotta stop doing that.
Roy Story sent over 5. Love the name. Take the Shang-Chi path in the next chapter, and if you want a challenge, yeah, the chapter 3 Shang-Chi path is widely considered to be the hardest path in the content.
Really? Okay.
I like it, but it's very hard. Or no, not very hard, but the learning curve, there's a lot going on. Like, it's a pretty steep learning curve for what you have to do. Bring a hard counter to it, but it's just going to be very slow.
Gotcha. By the way, you guys, I only adjusted MSD a tiny bit. Do I need to raise more?
Yeah, how do I sound now? Talking words, I don't know. I never know what to say when someone tells me to just speak.
I know. We raise maybe just a tiny bit more. We'll see. He needs more. Okay. Okay. Actually, I raised a good bit more. So that should be good
Okay.
now.
Cool.
Red Dog, thank you so much for the buck. Troy Story, thank you as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Red Dog, thank you, Sade. What about this concept, a quest that we could only do once? You could overly bring one class and your rewards would be class specific, like mastery level class specific. Interesting concept. I don't know. I don't know that I would only want to do it once. It's funny, like most content I only do once. But if you tell me I can only do it once, I get kind of bummed out for some reason, you know? I'm like, oh, but what if I want to go back? Let's try Namor for the heck of it. Maybe this is a bad fight to do that actually. Let's Hulk. Let's Hulk smash. Yeah, I don't know. I do like the idea of having some kind of crazy class buff or something. Probably bad for the balance of the game. So I can't imagine Kabam doing that anytime soon, but be kind of interesting.
Sounds like a side quest thing to me. For 1 month, something like that.
Oh yeah, like maybe just get a buff for the month.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that could be cool.
And it only works in the side quest or something like that.
Yeah, or maybe incursions or something.
Yeah, yeah. I think you had one more. Yeah, Goose sent over $1. What do you think about the content that has a story to it? Like, use the Avengers to beat Thanos and his followers. You don't get revives. If your team dies, you start over.
Just the entire game, or just the quest?
Square one, Act 1.1.
Half your champs are gone. That's it.
I mean, that's Infinity War.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I think something like that for a side quest would be really cool, especially tying into a movie or like a big comic event or something like that. I think that would work the best in that type of temporary format, because then they can really go wild in terms of what they can allow, because you could have so many different things accessible to characters in temporary limited content and not have it break the game, because it's temporary, it's limited. So I think something like that for a side quest or a special 1 month quest would be very, very cool. I'm curious, Brian.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I made a video like week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago, about a Labyrinth of Legends style Crucible content. And I'm just curious, one, if you had seen it, and if you hadn't seen it, what would you want to see from like a Labyrinth of Legends Crucible revival? Like, what would your skeleton of an idea be, or skeleton of a design be, if you even have one off the top of your head?
Well, one, I didn't see it, but I wish I did. That sounds like a fun video, fun idea. Might have to go back and check that out. So maybe break down a little bit of what you were suggesting,
Okay.
and I'll kind of riff off it.
I wanted to introduce more limited roster restrictions. I think you were on the camp of this, like the next type of Crucible, you shouldn't be able to double up on champions. Like, you can't use the same character more than one time.
Yeah.
And that's what I would want to see for a Labyrinth Crucible iteration. I'm not sure if that would be enough. Again, it depends on, like, all of this is hypothetical, of course, but depends on, how high the health pools are, what type of nodes would be introduced, if any, for certain fights that have no nodes. So my idea was the champion limitation system. So it would be an elimination node, but it's per character, so no doubling up on rarities. I would want all the health pools to be bumped up to around 2.7 million, except for Maestro, he would be higher. And I would want the base champions, so like the Red Hulks, the Visions, the Spider-Glens, I would want them to have the Abyss base champion node, so that there's a little more going on than just like, oh, it's a big Red Hulk, but it's just a bigger Red Hulk now. It's Red Hulk, but you need a debuff on him or you're gonna get stunned from the power sting expiring. I think that would add a little more variation to it instead of just being a lot of health. And I think it would give a chance for characters that have that medium to long ramp up a chance to shine. Obviously, like Aegon would work for one fight, but you wouldn't want to use him. But champions like Zemo or Guillotine 2099, even like Dust, Professor X, champions that can really ramp, but they shine in like fight by fight situations, they'd have a chance to kind of go wild. And I wasn't super sure about the path structure, like how it would look in terms of is it going to be one path, or I wasn't super sure about that. But everything else I'm pretty down for. Like all of the other ideas I had mentioned, I was pretty happy with.
Yeah, that was my first thing. Is like, I wonder if you're talking about like like all of them in one path. Do you happen to know the number of champs in there in total?
I have it in my...
Because it can't be...
doc.
I want to say it's not that many. It's just that we had to, like, double up on them for certain paths. I want to say, if I had to guess, I'd put the number maybe at about 30.
There are 43
Okay,
Yeah,
a bit more than I
43.
thought. Okay.
So
So,
you could do 2 paths of 21, and then Maestro's at the end on like an island. You could do 4 paths of 10, and then have a super hard lane with 3 even more juiced up fights or something like that. But you have to unlock that lane. I don't know.
dude, speaking of story, I'd actually want to know. I don't know if there even is like a story of why the labyrinth is there in the first place. But I almost think
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe like there was a. I don't know if like Maestro was beefing with someone and he was just like carving out his own section of the contest or what. And so I was thinking if it was 2 paths, I don't even think you need to put Maestro there both times. And maybe it could be some other boss from like a different piece of content.
Yeah, maybe like a Kang or something like that.
Or
Lecter.
could even have it be like, who would you say was the hardest fight out of Labyrinth?
Oh man.
Venompool is pretty rough, I remember.
Yeah, Venompool's rough because it's just so random, and you could be mid combo and he goes unstoppable and you just die.
I think people had problems with Jugs, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Juggernaut's just permanently unstoppable, but there's a lot of answers to that now. I
That's
think probably
true.
Venompool, Magic. Who's another really rough one? Electro, just being in Labyrinth is a pain. And then I think I don't know if OG Thor was that big of a deal, but it's been so long since I've been in Labyrinth, so
Yeah,
I do remember Venompool though being very, very annoying.
yeah. Well, like I wonder if there's a way to like, beef one of them up to be a boss. That or honestly, I mean, I guess it would be a lot to have that all be one, like in one path. But the idea is that we can, it doesn't lock with other content, so it's possible. But yeah, that might be a bit much, just because of the size of the health pools. Like the number of fights isn't the problem. It's just that each fight is gonna be like,
A journey.
yeah, it's like 2 fights worth or something. So, like basically double the number or something for how it feels. Yeah.
I don't know. It's something to consider
I
all over. It's a
yeah.
skeleton of an idea.
What? Okay. What if it was? Is this too much to say? It's like a labyrinth abyss mix-up, and maybe it's not absolutely every fight in both of them, but if it's just like one path, and it's taking select fights from both of those,
Like
because
a highlight reel almost.
yeah, because like that, or just do a highlight reel strictly of Labyrinth. Even I don't know, because like Labyrinth, I feel like so some of the fights. Some of the fights would like you'd have to boost them up, right? Not just in health, like because some of them they're just plain fights.
Yeah, that's why I was saying
Um,
you could introduce the Abyss class node for those base fights, so there's a little more going on there.
oh, I
Um,
did. Okay, sorry, I did miss that part when I was focusing on
yeah,
the fight. I guess my bad.
I think you're totally right. You can't just have you can't just put Old Man Logan in there and have him do nothing. There's got to be a little more going on than just it's a Old Man Logan with like double the health or a million more health. I feel like, and even the Abyss class nodes, most of them are pretty irrelevant. I mean, the tech one is
Yeah,
very punching, but
yeah,
out, outside of that, there are ways around them, and
The tech
For the
one's the
most
only one
part.
I remember, honestly.
Yeah, the tech one, I mean, that's 2 out of 3 paths start with the tech node, so it's very hard to forget that traumatizing ability kit. Yeah, it's something that like I would love to look into further if it were to ever become a reality, and I would love to see just other interpretations on it and how other people would design it and how it would look and like reward structure and stuff like that. I think it's just the Crucible
Oh,
concept
whoops.
as an idea is just fascinating.
I botched this, you guys. Of course, there's the node where you can't stagger. Okay, I'm into it though. Here's what I would say would really make me absolutely love it. For me, one of the best parts of Labyrinth is Road to the Labyrinth.
Yeah.
And if there was if they brought that back in some capacity, and I don't know what that means exactly to bring it back. I don't know if it means like it is actually an entrance to get into the Labyrinth Crucible, or if it means like maybe take some of those fights. Because dude, honestly, some of those fights were pretty difficult. Do you remember like the Rhino?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I wonder if today if it would be that bad with like the characters we have and all that, but at the
I
time,
think the existence of passive damage over time would kind of trivialize a lot of it, but back in the
yeah.
day when none of that existed, it was a different world, man. I mean, there are probably hundreds of thousands of players who have no idea of the struggle that was Road to the Labyrinth and needing to go through it to even get to Labyrinth. I mean, they've never done something like that again, and I think it's such a wasted opportunity to capitalize on hyping up content, and then once you get the keys to the kingdom, you unlock that super hard content. I mean, I just think something like that back would be incredible because people like us, you know, the veterans who remember doing it, would just eat that up.
Dude, it's when someone says like you're not even good enough to get in, that just makes me want to get in. You know, if someone just drops like a piece of content, I'm like, ah, okay, I'll do that whenever I feel like it. But if they're like, no, you're not even good enough to peek inside this door, that's all I'm gonna want to do. Yeah. I'm into the idea though, overall. I think pretty much what you're describing is good. I don't know that I have too many tweaks after hearing take the Abyss node to slap it on there. That seems pretty good. Yeah. It'd be fun. That'd be really fun. And did you think about the rewards at all?
I absolutely did, and one of the biggest pieces of pie
Say
for
Labtron.
completing it is a reworked version of Labtron.
Okay, I was gonna say, because Labtron, he's got to be in there. Yeah, that'd be sick. A higher star level version.
Yeah, I did a whole like back-to-back thing on my channel where I dropped the Crucible idea and then I dropped the Labyrinth Ultron rework idea. Now, granted, I have changed that quite a bit since dropping it, so it's not the same as what I had initially proposed, but even with the alterations that have been made, I would still love this champion as a 7-star, and I think most people would just fan over this guy. They would be chomping at the bit to get a 7-star Labtron.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm into it. Red Dog, dude, thank you so much for 2 super chats more, saying, I just want everyone to have to pick one class that will be buffed beyond all the others. We would be known by the class we choose. That's true. I do think the game would benefit from a little bit more of that, of like really carving out our niche. Again, I would say temporarily for something like that, because that level of power, yeah, too much. for like permanent. But even like when I was fairly new to this game, we had to pick a side for the sorry, what did you say?
Civil War?
Yes, Civil War, thank you. For Civil War for one of the events. And listen, did it actually matter which side we picked? No. But it was cool. I don't know. It just kind of like got players talking. I mean, we do that now with like the Summoner's Choice champs to buff and stuff like that, or just champs to add to the game, period. But some of that is more like, okay, there's only one winner. Whereas, okay, if you got to pick your class that you wanted buffed, we can have those discussions, but everybody wins at the end of the day because everybody gets to pick their class. And it's not like anyone's left out. So that'd be cool. I'd be into something like that. Just having to make that kind of choice. Your other one here, Red Dog, is saying, by the way, your stream tonight marks the beginning of my vacation. Hey! And I get married next Saturday, dude!
Hey!
Life is good, and good looking out, BG. Thank you for being you. Same goes for you, MSD. Red Dog. Congrats, buddy. Early congrats. I hope it's the best time. And, yeah, man. Looking forward to a day where we could, once again, reunite. Maybe at a future Kabam event. Congrats, dude, and thank you. Alright, we're into the next quest here. Let me read some of this path here before we continue the discussions. Muscle Wizard. Whenever a Mystic Attacker would knock down the defender, the attacker has a 100% chance to get an Unstoppable buff. I feel like, yeah, can't stop, won't stop. I feel like I'm just gonna let me stop right there and just throw Jugs on the team along with a couple other backup Mystics, and I'm just gonna run amok.
Correct.
Let's do it.
That's what I did. I'm the proud owner of a rank 3. Okay, proud, maybe not the right word, but I'm the owner of a rank 3 Juggernaut, so this is exactly what I did.
Hey, I'm proud of mine, I guess.
I just feel dirty sometimes, you know? When
I
kill
know. Yeah.
an onslaught in 30 seconds, I'm like, this doesn't feel right, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know that I realized that this synergy was a thing. You know what? Now I am actually proud of Jugs because you get a synergy here with White Tiger. At the start of each fight, rapidly gain 50% of a bar of power. If a relic is equipped, also gain 20% spirit gauge. Hot damn. Okay, we're really about to run amok.
That's actually really... I had no idea that he was part of that synergy. Who is Silk? Silk is an avatar of who? I had no idea. I know the other 3, but I thought Silk was just a spider person.
Avatar of a spider that makes silk, I guess. Alright, let's do it. Alan, thank you so much for the 5 saying, how cool would it be to have the 5 champs on your team be 5 players selections and participate, like Your Man Thing, Sims Void, MSD's Vision, etc.
I love how Vision has now become my champ.
Yeah, I had to pause for a second on that. Like, wait a minute. Oh, come on, dude. Hold on, I need to hear more about this exactly, though, of what you mean. Can you elaborate on that? 5 champs on your team, be 5 player selections. Are you saying like just for fun, or like it's like a group quest that we're somehow doing together and we have to tag each other in or something?
Like incursions, but a quest. I think that'd be interesting.
I always thought that'd be fun for like team-based. Oh, I didn't mean to attack there. Team-based battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Not unstoppable. But of course, that would be an in-person event only. Or, I mean, at least the way the game works now, it would have to be.
Yeah, we were gonna do something like that in Vancouver, but some of my roommates were not exactly of a sober mind and not properly operate a fine motor vehicle at the time. So.
Yeah, that will happen. I really wanted to do a in-person casting of a match between Lags and Andy. It's one of my regrets about the event is not being able to do that. Just never found a good time.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, I think I don't know. You ever seen like the Street Magic or something with the David Blaine that
Yeah.
did that, where it's just like everyone just going nuts on the street for like a card trick or something?
Yeah, just losing their minds about,
Yeah,
their car. Yeah, yeah.
that's what I imagined for, like, just like a purely for fun, but with kind of trash talking involved, kind of a thing. And I feel like for that energy, it has to be in person.
Yeah, yeah, you can't do that over a Discord call or something like that. You have to be there and like staring down your opponent with enough sarcastic energy to make Jim Carrey like sound his alarm and get out of bed,
Yeah. And this would have been, after those guys have had a few drinks.
Yeah.
So could have just blamed it on that if so no feelings could get hurt or anything.
You record it obviously for
Oh
the sake of
yeah,
record.
of course.
Wouldn't actually. There's no malice.
No. Alright. Jugs in action. Okay, Alan. I can elaborate. Say you go into endgame content like this. Something that perhaps your own roster can't handle. Okay, so it would have to be so challenging that we'd have to unite like the actual Avengers. But like I don't know what superhero you'd call me, but I wouldn't even make the B or C team of Avengers, so I'm like the humanity's last resort, because all the good superheroes are, maybe they're busy, I don't know.
You're selling yourself short, Vision Argus. You'd be a great member of the team.
Oh man. What's the status of your other deathless champs? Are you ranking them all up? Are you?
So, on my main account, I have all of them up at rank 2, and I plan to rank 3 Deathless She-Hulk before anybody else in the entire world.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's my goal right now. And then on Jeff, I have Guillotine and Vision at rank 3. King Groot's still rank 2, but I'm probably going to rank them all to rank 3.
Okay. I really do want to get all of them to rank 3. So, honestly, I mean, I only have one at rank 3 right now. The others are rank 1. So that would be a serious contender, along with Dust. My Spider Ham is another serious contender. Honestly, Man Thing, just because.
Yeah.
I really don't know who I want to take to rank 3 at the moment. It's a bit tough between all those.
I have a couple penciled in for the future. I don't know in terms of the order, but I know I want to take up Maestro and Domino. Those are just 2 that I feel like I've been lacking for a long time. And then Atum is another one that I want to take up. And then after those 3 kind of like deck and meta rank ups, probably, and Death of Shield, of course. She's going up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might take Red Goblin or something like that.
Okay. Did you say Atuma? Is that?
Yeah, I want to take Atuma up to rank 3.
Dude, I would love a big Atuma. I feel
I got
like...
Mike no longer up, and I feel like he needs another buddy.
Yeah. I feel like Atuma is so... I don't know. It's a little hard for me to tell because I don't keep up with like the absolute top meta champs in Battlegrounds. But I don't see him in that many decks from where I'm playing at least. And it feels like, I don't know, maybe he's slightly underrated or maybe people just don't have him.
I think people just don't have him ranked. I mean, I can speak from experience of playing pretty high up that he's definitely up at rank 3 in a lot of higher decks. I have mine at rank 2.
Okay.
And he definitely does the job. I think the problem with Atuma is that he's so easily countered, but the counters that he has are very limited. You can't fit them all in the deck. So, you know, if you draft an Onslaught and you don't have to put him on defense, then obviously you just use him for Atuma and get him down in 45 seconds. But outside of that, and a couple of other champs, like Juggernaut can nuke him, but even then, like, you can still take a bunch of chip damage if you don't get good crit RNG. He's just, he's a good chip damage champ, and there aren't enough great fast options for him outside of the meta relevant champs that you will always draft, that you can like justify putting a champ in your deck just for Atuma, you know?
I messed up here, you guys. I should not have used Jugs for this fight, and now he's meeting an untimely death. R.I.P. How much of this path is left? Okay, just one fight after this. Okay. Alright, cool. Whoops. Alan, thank you for the 2 saying, who would my champ be? Oh, Alan. Really tough to say. It's like, you know, it's like you never really champion one specific champion. You, definitely no one of the tree species. But I would say... Actually, it is tough between the trees and the deathless champs for you. But I'd still say, gotta be King Groot. Cam saying, I love seeing Atuma in my opponent's decks. He's incredibly easy to counter well enough where I'm at. Okay.
He's not difficult to counter, but if you don't have a counter, it's almost like a guaranteed loss.
That's, yeah, so... You know, it's something in Battlegrounds that I've been noticing. I can tell from the draft who's going to win the match more lately.
100.
As a result of some of these champs. And it's... I don't know. It doesn't make the matches feel as fun.
I agree. Kind of takes away the element of, oh, maybe I can like claw my way out of this, when you just have, because at a certain point,
huge lag spike.
Wow, decent.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, at a certain point in a match or in a draft, you can just kind of tell like, oh, there's no hope for me. You know, like you don't have the attackers, you don't have defenders, and that's just the mode, you know, that's Battlegrounds. You can go on this massive win streak and get the best possible drafts, and then you can get all attackers and no defenders and just get screwed for 3 matches straight. It really is, like, that's the one thing about the mode. Like, I think it's great. I really do like it. I think it has brought life into the game. But then there's the competitive side of me that just hates with a passion when you just get screwed and it's not your fault.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. We got a full dex on his L2 there. What is this again? Knocked... Okay. Knocked down the defender. Got it. When not playing Jugs, I Realize I should probably read the note a little bit at least. Dude, come on. I still don't understand this. I'm spamming my special, and he's just able to get his off first. Like, he's knocked down on the ground. I should be able to get mine first.
I can explain why you'd like to know.
Sure.
So, when you're spamming your special, when your opponent has a special 3, and you start like mashing the special button, what you're doing is you're canceling your special animation early. Even though like you're not technically done, you can always counter the end of an opponent's special attack while they're still in the animation, you know, while they're still recovering from it. So when you're spamming that special button, what you're really doing is stopping the animation, and what that allows the opponent to do is counter and throw their special 3. So if you were to just wait, finish your special 2, like it can connect, it can't connect, whatever, and wait until the special fully finishes, you're in control still, and then you can throw that special right after. Instead of just like spamming and hoping that you throw it before they do, if you just don't spam, wait for the special to truly finish, and then throw your special, 99 out of 100 times you're going to be able to get the special off.
Okay. I need to use a special here. Okay, now I'm actually reading all of the notes. Crap. Okay. Well, I still don't think that's the way the game should work, but I guess that does help still. I will have to remember that. Oh crap, I just killed myself actually. Wait, not yet. I'm still alive. Okay. Let me focus up, because without Jugs, I should probably pay attention.
Take a breather here.
I just need to not heavy attack when I'm not ready. That's all. And I'm about to be ready. About to be laggy too, dude. Jesus. Okay. Heavy attack. Couldn't really get any mediums in, unfortunately, so the damage is a bit low. Come here. Please, while you still have 4.
Nice.
Okay, good. We're on to the boss. Alright. Let's see. Boss time. Who are the bosses here? Okay. Let's take a look at Ms. Pyramid X here first. Escalating prowess. Every 5 seconds, the defender gains an indefinite prowess buff. Okay. Prowess makes perfect. While the defender has a prowess buff, knocking them down with a heavy attack will remove 1 prowess and grant the attacker 50% prowess buff. Dude, that's huge. 50%. Okay, rise to power. When the defender is knocked down, gain a 4-second timer starts. While active, each time the defender lands a hit or strikes into block, they gain 30% of a bar of power. Okay. Okay, alright. So that's for the defender. Okay, 4 seconds. Not bad. Immunity to shock. Imperial Defiance. Defenders are immune to nullifying all the adjacents and aggressive. Okay. Okay, cool. So we just want to get the prowess before using a special. I probably will go that way. Sure. White Tiger, I'm gonna take you out, girl. And in place. Who do I want to bring in? I'll go with the prowess man himself and just pull in Sunspot. Could use Venom the Duck because he's a duck. She's got a lot of energy resistance though, right? Does Sunspot still do good damage even?
I would not use Sunspot here.
Yeah. Maybe Hulky B, even with the immunity? Nah, actually, I'll probably pass on that too.
Warlock maybe. Ronin cheese maybe.
Ronin cheese.
She's
Any
got the
Ronin
prowess.
cheeses? Oh, true. Oh, man. All right. Well, I'll bring him in, but I'm going to start out by not using him. That'll be my compromise. It'll be a
Sounds fair.
safety. Okay. I'm actually going to... Let's pull in Sassy. We'll go Sassy, then Hulk, then Ronin. As necessary. Oh, I forgot the glances. Is that going to make it more difficult to go into Wrath? Don't know how that works.
Does he get increased ability accuracy in Wrath, or I'm misremembering?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, come on, please use yours. Actually, I can't even... There. It's a little bit sloppy. That'd be too much power for it? Just barely.
Wow. Crit. I can't believe your Sassy is still unawakened after all this time.
I mean... he might stay that way for a long time.
I mean, to be fair, mine is as well.
The pool is only expanding, you know?
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to pick champs. But I finally got Venom the other day, and I've been hunting that guy
Nice.
for literal years. Took him straight to rank 3 after Act 8, or Act 9.
Hell yeah. Oh, I want a heavy attack for the prowess, but it's more important just to get that off before Wrath went away. Well, heavy attack on this one. Okay. Sassy gets it done. Sassy's so cool. Alright. 2 more paths in this quest. My game is pretty laggy, so I'm gonna do a quick restart before we knock out the other 2 paths. What's up, Abby Doe? Alright, Zoe's snoozing, so I'm gonna try to nap too before she realizes what's up and drives me nuts. Have a great rest of your stream, Dingus Man. Alright, Abby Doe. Have a good one, buddy.
Peace out, though.
BG just got Nova out of a Titan, and I'm very happy. Okay. I find him to be a good 2-way champ. What are your thoughts on him? You and MSD, thanks in advance. Well, I think he's a slightly better attacker than people give him credit for, but a lot of that damage comes from higher Sig, and it's not like he's... When I say a lot of that damage, it's not like I'm saying he reaches Jugs level damage, regardless of... You could take him to Sig 500, you know? But I do think he's better than people give him credit for.
Yeah, Nova's great.
I will say, Nova was one of the characters that I heard requested most being added to this game. And I still wonder if, you know, there's still a lot of Nova fans that are disappointed. That's the only real thing about him, is that, like, people wanted him to be a god or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you fully invest into Nova and you learn how to play him, he's very effective. But not everybody wants to do that.
It's true. I don't. So, it's true. Okay, so the the attacker's defensive ability accuracy is reduced by 5% for each scourge charge active on them. The defender gains 10% special damage for each charge. Okay, the defender gains 1 charge every 2 seconds. Heavy knockdown to cleanse those. Okay. Buff toggle unstoppable. Striker vulnerability. Strikers deal a burst of direct damage equal to 150% of their damage dealt. Additionally, whenever an attacker's striker finishes a combo, the attacker gains a fury passive, increasing attack rating by 50%. Okay. So mostly nothing, knockdown sometimes kind of path. Could use slow here, but don't know that I will. I honestly might just run it with this team with 1 change. And that change is going to be, you guessed it, the duck is going in. Do I want to run it with this? Yeah, let's do it. Now that I know that Jugs and White Tiger have that synergy, I kind of want to include them a lot.
Yeah, it's a really nice synergy.
Let's Jugs it up. Nova just looks so awesome. I hope his profile pic comes back. I don't even remember the change to it.
No, he's probably talking about the 500 unit.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I should have striker. That's okay though. I didn't even have all my unstoppables. Oh, why did I think this was? Oh my god. Why did I think it was buff toggle unstoppable and not unblockable? Silly me. That's why I said a slow champ.
Yeah, I was curious why you were mentioning that.
Of course you got that off, you jerk. Alright. Isn't Sunspot one of those champs where the relic really don't ask for what he does? Where the relics really don't ask for what he does. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you want to run the Storm Relic on him because of the energy resistance, or the energy vulnerability from one of the runes, but you don't need to. You want to. It's not a need. It's low, so it's not going to really impact much, but it's better than not having it.
You know, I kind of regret not bringing Sunspot to this quest, actually. I think that would have been fun.
I don't think I even used Sunspot at all in my exploration, which makes me kind of sad.
Hmm. What are your thoughts on, like, some of the 7 stars that are available now? They're very strong, but do you think that they're gonna start to kind of drop off? Like how much do you think they're gonna drop off as the pool expands? Like, so I'm happy that I finally pulled Bishop, but like I really wanted him when the pool, you know, first started.
Right.
do you think there comes a time where it's like, maybe don't go with Bishop? I know it's a weird question to answer because it's so dependent on everyone's roster and all that, but like, just in general, do you think some of the champs that we're pulling today, you still think, you know, come a year from now, all the rank 3s that you have, do you see any of your personal rank 3s like really dropping off over time?
I'm looking at my rank 3s right now, and the ones that I've taken up, dropping off, no, but being essentially unusable in like certain metas or certain places, yes, because of how specific they can be. Like Shuri, for example, all energy, you know, can't use it in high resistance places. Beta Ray Bill's somewhat similar. And for the most part, I would say those are maybe the only two that I can see being limited: Shuri and Bill, and maybe Sunspot as well, because all of the energy stuff. And of course, that goes the same way for physical damage with Werewolf and Quicksilver. But for the most part, I feel like I've taken up champions. Not all of them are meta relevant, and I don't really plan to always rank meta relevant because, you know, I love Nightcrawler, I love Hyperion, I like Beta Ray Bill. They're good champions, but maybe they're not what everybody is running in Battlegrounds because, you know, it's not the only game mode in the game. You can do other things too.
Right.
But the champions that I've ranked up, I don't see really having a lot of drop off, but I know for one that Brandon or Legacy talked about regretting ranking up his Null because he just never gets to use him, and I don't think that's to say Null is falling off in terms of viability, but I think it's difficult to kind of use him because of how limiting he can be, offensively and defensively, because if you get a good counter or you just know how to fight Null, it's very easy, and if you can't properly ramp him up or get going on offense, then other champions are going to outpace him. So I think that most of the new champions that are added as 7 stars aren't really going to fall out of relevance, but I think the limitations are going to be more and more prevalent as time goes on, like not being able to use every rank 3 in every possible event during the month. I think that is becoming more and more of a prominent thing. Like, you can't use your whole rank 3 roster. You can't use all of your rank 2 7 stars. Like, some of them get pretty hard stopped because of nodes, or it's like, what's the thing called, tags stopping them. And yeah, I think some champions at 7 stars just shouldn't be 7 stars, both on the good side and the bad side. But for the most part, like, champions that people invest in and use because of their relevance and what they provide in terms of answers, I don't think they will fall off necessarily, but limitations are getting more and more quote-unquote severe.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. I don't either.
I think there are definitely places in the game where your roster should not be limited in any way, and you can use whoever you want, whenever you want, however you want. But I think there's also areas where you kind of need that limitation, where you kind of need that, hey, you can use any 7 star you want, that's it. Or hey, you can use any champion with this tag, but nobody else. And I think the Eternity of Pain content does a really good job of that, and they've always done a really good job of that. I would like to see that expanded to more stuff to make the game more interesting, instead of just... I think the Saga has kind of done that a little bit inadvertently, but I think I would like to see more expansion upon the, hey, we're glad you have this expansive roster, but now it's time to put it to the test in a different way. Like opposite of Crucible, you know?
Yeah. Just got slapped by
Mr.
Joe Fixit's Special 2 of all things. Here's another question for you. So of course, Battlegrounds is not the only game mode in town, and you do a better job than almost anyone at showing that. But I am curious how much, like, of what you put into your rank ups, how much of that is influenced by Battlegrounds? Is it still like a very solid chunk, or would you say you don't really care about it and you rank who you're gonna rank regardless, and just use whoever you have for Battlegrounds?
I think initially, like when Battlegrounds first came out, I was very, very into it, and I ranked for it basically 100% of the time. When it first came out, I pushed pretty hard, and I was very high very often. Kind of in that middle ground, like after the first year, I just almost did a complete 180, and I just stopped caring. I stopped ranking for it. I stopped giving boot about what the meta was. I would just the strongest champs in my deck, get through the victory track, and that would be it. And now I think I've found a good middle ground where, you know, I don't push super high really anymore, and that's not because I don't want to, it's because I don't really have the opportunity to do so. I just don't have that time. I would like to. I think it's really fun. You know, I like to fight some of the best Battlegrounds people. I think that's super fun, and I always enjoy that. But at the same time, I'm getting my degree, and I don't have the openness in my schedule to just say, yeah, let me play Battlegrounds for 4 hours, 5 days this week. It's just not really something I can justify.
Yeah.
Because of that, like that's what I'm doing right now, and I have a lot of other things going on that I can't talk about, but they're all in positive vein. Nothing is like bad or anything. Because I have a lot going on, I do still rank for the mode, like from time to time, but maybe I won't do super committed rank 3s on a monthly or bi-monthly basis. But if I ever feel like, oh man, there's this upcoming meta that I really want to have some fun in, then maybe I'll do a rank 3 or like multiple rank 2s if I have the resources for it. So I think now I maybe put 40% of my resources into ranking for Battlegrounds. Not exactly at that 50-50 mark, but I feel I've struck a good balance of how I rank for the mode, and I've got a pretty good roster, pretty good deck for it. Still not like super meta relevant in terms of every character in there is good for Battlegrounds, because like I've got my Quicksilver in there, I've got my Nightcrawler in there, and they're great, but they're not top Battlegrounds champions. But I don't care. You know, I'm not going to take out my Nightcrawler, I'm not going to take out my Quicksilver, I'm not going to take out my my Hyperion, you know.
Yeah.
Those champions, I ranked up because I wanted them up there, and if they're not super meta relevant, like, you know, what do I have to prove in that sense? I really have nothing that else I need to show for ranking meta relevant champs and doing stuff like that. So I'm just here to have fun at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that. Battlegrounds is always a consideration for me, but I rather rank for other things and then just deal with the consequences in Battlegrounds when they come, of like, okay, yeah, maybe this champ is not the #1 Battlegrounds champ, but
yeah,
you know what? It's fun when you get a win with Venom the Duck, so
yeah, absolutely. I like ranking for the mode from time to time. You know, if I like
totally.
a 6-star to rank 5 that I wouldn't have considered earlier, I think that's super fun. But
Yeah.
the victory track specifically, like, at my stage in the game, I don't need to rank champions for the victory track, and I don't think I ever will. But for a circuit meta, obviously, that's why you would. Some people rank for both. Some people do like a victory track rank up and a circuit rank up, and that's cool. Some people rank for the victory track because that's all they do, and cool. I mean, if that's your goal, perfect, you know?
Yeah.
I push Viker Miker to the circuit every month, but I just get to the circuit. That's it. So essentially what I'm doing is the victory track and then one circuit match, you know? And that account doesn't really have to worry about the victory track meta, because by the time I get to it, it's, you know, 2 or 3 weeks into the season. Most of the people with big accounts are in the circuit already. So it's just kind of easy breezy, just going through the matches as I please. But it's different for my main account because Typically, I push pretty quickly. Not so much this season because I was kind of moving into my apartment and whatnot, or moving back in, so I didn't have the time. But for the most part, I get into the circuit very fast, and then I just kind of sit there, wait it out, see how I'm feeling, and if I want to push, I push. If I don't, I don't.
That's mostly what I do too. Is I pretty much just. I mean, I do play matches in the Gladiator Circuit, but I don't really try to rank up in there, so I consider myself just a victory track player at the end of the day.
That's all you really need, you know, from the mode. Like, pushing is great for the super high rewards, and like, there's some titles as well, but the victory track is just so rewarding.
Yeah. From like a time balance standpoint, that's definitely the most balanced way to, like, you get the biggest bang for your buck out of that.
Yeah, and it's very important. You know, when you have career plans and things you want to do outside of the game, and your life is not consumed with it. This is not a dig at anybody, by the way. I'm just talking
Totally.
relations right now. Victory track is like, oh hey, I want to play some Battlegrounds, let me play Victory track. It's good, it's fun. You know, it's like, you have a month to do it. You don't really have to worry about running out of time, because the seeding placement right now just guarantees that you're gonna make it within a couple of days of playing. Ooh, Jabari Panther, she's fun.
Just got roasted by Jabari. Yeah, you know, I think I actually would. It would be kind of fun to rank a bit more, because I usually, honestly, I usually don't rank at all, which is not a good way to play the game. But I almost want to set like a little personal goal for myself to be like, all right, every single season, I'm gonna rank one champ for Battlegrounds. Maybe there'll be a season where the node is totally irrelevant and okay, I'm not ranking. Or maybe there's a season where it's like, wow, this is a really fun node, I'm going to rank 2. But for the most part, I kind of want to maybe set a goal of just ranking one champ per season. And then from there, pretending that the game mode doesn't exist for my rank ups.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I think that would help your account health as well.
Alright, Jabari. The notes here weren't really anything, I didn't read them out loud, but they weren't anything that interesting. So, just some cleanse stuff. I think I could have brought a character that cleansed and that would have been good or something, but just going in with this. I'm excited to get to that path you guys were talking about with Shang-Chi.
That's a fun one. It's tough, but it's very fun. I won't tell you about it, but I'll just say my most used champion on there was Quicksilver.
Okay. Okay, Jabari. Hopefully you learned your lesson after what you did to my jugs. And move on. Last path of this quest. Let's see how this is gonna look. By the way, you mentioned Nightcrawler. I really want to play and potentially rank Nightcrawler myself.
He is genuinely like one of the highlights of my whole year is the whole Nightcrawler chase and ranking him up. I love him so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I might do that. Would you say dupe important? I can't remember if they changed his dupe or what.
The dupe is nice. I do have mine awakened, but
Yeah.
he doesn't necessarily need it. Like, I used mine up at rank 3 unawakened for quite a while, and I was just like passively getting the daily deal over time to get the awakened ability, and it's noticeable at a full ramp of like all of your prowess and stuff, but not really anywhere else.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me see. What are these nodes? Whenever a science attacker activates a striker, they inflict a heal block passive for 14 seconds. Striking the defender with the first hit of a heavy attack refreshes the heal block. Okay. Never back down. When the attacker dashes back, they gain a regeneration timer. Okay, don't do that twice. Danger zone. Every 12 seconds, the defender gains an unblockable buff for 4 seconds. If the attacker is out of striking range, the attacker gains unblockable for half the duration instead. Whenever a science attacker gains a fury effect, they gain a non-stacking unstoppable passive for 10 seconds. While unstoppable, knocking down the defender refreshes the unstoppable and inflicts a 20% physical vulnerability debuff. Okay. I was going to say, none of this really seems to matter, but I do want that physical vulnerability debuff. That's cool. Gains a fury effect. Alright, well, we're going to be Hulk smashing the hell out of this. Okay. The defender is immune to regen rate modification and Imperial Defiance. Okay. Just kind of sticking that everywhere, it seems. Okay, let's see. I believe the boss you needed, or was encouraged to use cosmic attackers, so probably throw a couple cosmics on the team as well. I guess Herc is here for the Hulk synergy anyway. Let's get my boy I-Bomb in here just for, I mean, physical vulnerability. You know what? I mean, how does that work? That doesn't mean squat for power stings, huh?
No, power sting is direct damage.
Yeah, most of my other top science champs don't really take advantage of this node, I guess.
Dude, just bring Hulk, Herc, She-Hulk for the Fury potency. This is a Hulk map.
Yeah, I was about to say I was gonna bring in that synergy. 'Cause I might as well. There's a bunch of times today where She-Hulk almost made the team for this synergy. 20% extra potency. Okay,
Rank
and
one,
then
bro. Rank 1?
I'm waiting for the Deathless, you know?
That's not an excuse.
I was waiting to hear what you were going to say for that one. Let's bring Venom. Alright, here we go. This is the team. Actually, what synergies is Venom bringing? A little crit synergy. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, he's got one with She-Hulk.
Cool. So you're still hoping Kabam introduces OG 7-star She-Hulk, right? And by OG, I mean like the current version, not like, you know, pre-buff version.
Yeah. No, I want the 2016. No. I would love that, man. I mean, I would love to be part of like a CCP Challenge 2.0, and
Ooh.
she's one of the champs in a potential selector. I think
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool, you know? I already have ideas of what I would make people do. I mean,
Okay.
encourage people to do.
I'm gonna take a guess, and would it be Luke Cage?
So, fun story about Mr. Luke Cage. I have talked extensively with people about an idea for that, and all of them have told me the same thing, which is never in a million years. So I think probably it's not gonna happen. But I do have a very specific idea that is in Abyss that I think would be very hard but very attainable if I were to ever be invited to do something like that.
Okay. Dude, I remember practicing that fight a bit. I wish I could have put more time into that because I was getting somewhere, but not quite enough to get the solo. Oh my lag, God.
I to this day I still think it's one of the single hardest fights you could do with that specific character. There are other options now that make it almost trivial, but
Yeah.
with her, I think it's definitely one of those things where you can't just waltz into it with a couple attempts and get it down.
Oh, shit,
Because so
that's
much
not
changes
the
on the fly with spacing and whatnot. I haven't fought him in a while, to be fair, but there was a point in time a couple of years ago where I would legitimately fight him once every single day.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's such good practice. I say this a lot when I talk about the Summer of Pain events. Like the reward of those fights, I mean, sure, the rewards, like the actual in-game rewards, that's one thing, but a lot of it is just, dude, that's experience that you carry with you forever. Like,
You just get better.
like I in a way it kind of messed me up too, because one of my better defenders was Destroyer, but he was never that strong of a defender, and now he's like irrelevant because in addition to whatever rewards were given that week, people now forever know, oh, his special 2 actually is a pretty big window to Dex, and kind of trivializes the fight just by pushing him a special 2. That type of fundamental skills of a reward, so strong. So, you know, people talk about certain content, like I remember the maze having bad rewards. Nah, that was some of the best rewards possible. People learned how to fight Korg real good.
Oh yeah, long term, that was excellent content. That right there, Crucible Maze.
Ooh.
You got me.
Ooh. Okay, well, so the maze, I remember feeling so stupid when I said this. I remember talking to the dev at Comic-Con the year that the maze came out, and you know, I hadn't realized that. Well, all right, let me say what I said first, I guess. We were talking about, because Variant 3 had come out, the tech variant at the time. And he was like, oh yeah, what do you think about that? And I'm like, you know, it's pretty good. I thought it was okay. You know what I really like, though? I really like the maze. It felt almost like a mini labyrinth. And he was like, well, yeah, that's why the name was the maze, you know, maze, labyrinth. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, I never put 2 and 2 together, I guess. But, that's what it was. That's what a maze is. Or a labyrinth. Alright, Hulk smashing is going well, though. Cruising right along. This path. Yeah, so far, I would say chapters 1 and 2. Super easy. We're itemless without trying. Without using champion swap nodes on the bosses for most of them. Why did I even think about using anyone with Hulk? Maze is a labyrinth, knew it? Yeah, Sanskrit. I don't know, because I don't always think about the names like that, you know? Speaking of Destroyer, I took mine to rank 2. I really like him. Static. I mean, I still kind of like mine. It's just... I do feel like he needed just a tiny bit more. I'm still kind of bummed that they didn't give him a little bit more love. Because I was very excited when I pulled him out of the Titan. He was one of my most wanted out of the Titan. But it hasn't felt like he's lived up to the excitement that I had for him almost. Like, I don't know. Not that it was his responsibility. I'm saying it in a weird way, but... yeah. Like, I wanted to take him to rank 3. I mean, if he was duped, I might still, but... Especially without the dupe. Dude just needs every bit of firepower he can muster.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded him getting a little extra juice for shorter form content, but personally I think he's okay. I think it would have been nice for him to get some stuff, but necessary, debatable. I mean, I
Yeah.
saw some very decent stuff with him in Act 9, taking out these health pools in a special 3 rotation, just a single one. So I don't think his design was intended for short form burst. I think he was made for his kind of perfect middle ground of OP act content health pools, and that is the intended place for him to shine, then he does an excellent job there.
Yeah.
Offensively.
Yeah, that's true. He is good enough as is, but yeah.
I would have wanted a little more too.
Yeah. By the way, I'm so sorry to be reading these late. Got off on some tangents. Cube, thank you so much for hitting that banana button. Much appreciated. Welcome. Please enjoy that growing banana, along with the kick-ass custom emojis you now have access to. Thank you so much. Alan with the buck as well, saying, Hulk smash this. Done, buddy, done. It is, actually almost done. We got like 2 more fights left. Hulk is indeed smashing. He is indeed. Let's continue. I get 1 heavy attack off before my 5th. Oh, that gave me 5. Son of a... Good old Gladiator. I haven't kept up with exactly who is using what champs. Are you a Gladiator fan? Like, do you use them?
Yeah, I've got him up to rank 3.
Okay, I figured.
I'm a big fan. I was a fan when he came out. I mean, pre-buff. I had gotten him from one of the crystals. I got the 6-star from his... I don't know if it was Valiant or Paragon at the time when he came out, but whatever it was, I got him out of as a 6-star. And I took him up to rank 4 immediately, used him a bunch, and at the time, I liked him a lot. I think he needed love, and he absolutely got it.
Yeah, he does seem quite strong these days.
He is very, very, very good. He falls into that niche of he can be limited by 1 or 2 nodes that can make him either unusable or very, very hard to manage. But for the most part, when he works, man, he is like one of the best at what he does, and he's exceptional. One of the best Rincher counters in the game because of his buff ability accuracy.
Interesting. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. I'm sad that I'm done with this content. Lizer, wanna take the wheel? You could play the rest for me. It's okay. No, Kabam would not say that was okay. I'm kidding. To anyone that's potentially thinking of doing the same thing, please do not do that. Your account will be banned. Alright, Kushala. Let's hit you with the heavy into special 3. And then that's gonna be it for you. That's gonna be lights out.
I love how you're just tanking all of these special
I know.
hits, trying to flex and just not dying. It's incredible.
Yeah. It just doesn't matter. I mean, get hit, don't get hit. It's okay.
It doesn't matter when you're dealing 31,000 damage on a non-crit medium.
Yep.
It's like CGR numbers.
A little bit. Okay, I'm not going to bother swapping once again. We're just going to go... And I am going to read these nodes for this guy, though. Because it might be a little involved. Silver Centurion, he's tripped me up in the past before. Let's see. Static defense. When the defender is struck while they have an armor up buff, there is a 15% chance to inflict the attacker with a shock debuff. Okay. Very weak one, though. Quick Spark. If the defender is not struck within 6 seconds, the attacker is inflicted with an Incinerate debuff. Okay, so I see the shock, the Incinerate. Cosmic Fracture. Cosmic attackers' light attacks have a 50% chance to armor break the defender, reducing armor rating. If the light hit was critical, the chance is 100%. Clean Slate. When the defender finishes a special attack, they gain a debuff immunity passive for 4 seconds. The duration of this debuff immunity is reduced by 2 seconds for each debuff that was active. Okay. Blockable specials. Cold Turkey. We read enough. Let's go. Yeah, you know what? I didn't use Venom yet today. We're going to start with Venom. Let's do that.
Remember to heavy to start. Get rid of that armor.
Well, I didn't.
Okay, it's fine. Don't worry. It's Oh, you have the armor from Scrap Wars, so you're good.
Yeah. It still would have made sense to, you're right, but, you know. It's alright. Uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. Yep, okay. I'm actually dead, it seems.
Everyone makes literally the same mistake fighting the Centurion. I did the same thing when I fought him for the first time. Pushed him straight to Special 2, did not realize he had unblockable specials, and died.
Alright. You know, I'm gonna go in with a non-cosmic here, just to see how this feels. Feels like free willpower healing to me. Feels like I'm heal blocked to me. Turns out if you don't dex this guy's specials, it does matter. So that's a thing.
Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Is there a way to actually play into the Shocker Boss fight in 9.1? If you have Beta Ray Bill, you technically can, or another champion with Grit and or Slow, but for the most part the answer is no. I do have a video about that boss coming out in a couple of days, but it's not playing into it, and it's more so playing around it and getting him down. So hopefully that's still helpful for people.
Oh, come on. Okay. I am not good with the timing on his special one. Let's try to make an adjustment. Nope, that was still the exact same timing. Oops. Okay, I actually got really lucky there. I didn't mean to throw that.
Wide open for it.
Okay, there we go. There was the adjustment that I needed. But I plasmid myself. I might die. Okay, plasmid myself again, but I think we could finish it with this. Okay. We done.
What sig is your King Groot?
20. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I gave him anything, did I? No, sig 20. I don't think he's. If I remember correctly, I don't think he scales as well as the other king.
No, I think they intentionally made his regen worse.
Yeah, still worth sigging up, but. Yeah, he gets. Let's see. How does this compare? Let me look at rank 3 actually. So rank 3, well, we can't do Sig 1. Let's do Sig 20. Sig 20 is almost 5k already. That's half of the region that you'd get. So 5k. Why do I feel like the other King Groot starts lower? Let's find out if that's true. It's kind of hard to compare because I guess we could still do this. I guess that's the same. No, it's actually just higher right off the bat. Right? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, default King Groot, OG King Groot, his regen just is straight up much higher. So yeah. The potency that you get from both, I think that's the same. 50 to 100% and 41 to 101%. Odd choice, but all right. Basically the same. Okay, you guys, though, that's it. We did it. I guess the content does get harder from here, or at least certain paths, but I would say that to me felt, I guess, easier than Act 7 or Act 8. Actually, I guess both. Easier than Act 7 and Act 8. Measuring up the first chapter. It's hard to say because it was such a long time ago that I did those, but just the fact that it was only 3 paths, and I felt like in Act 8 I was utilizing the champion swap more at the end. Maybe that's my memory just not being very good because I don't, really remember the content all that well, but yeah, it just didn't feel like much of anything other than just a relaxing monthly event quest style quest. Used Odin for Shocker, just heavy attack and a special 2 is pretty easy peasy. Is there a Shocker? Oh, I see. The 5th quest I think had Shocker. Looking forward to that. I will do the next 2 quests tomorrow, you guys. It's probably going to be somewhat similar time. It probably will be earlier on in the day. But I think that's a wrap. MSD, dude, thank you very much for hopping on call. Always good to chat it up with you. Catch up a little bit. I think I'm gonna go watch your video about the Crucible idea just to see. Even though we talked about it, I want to watch that. Video.
I don't recommend the Ultron thing because it's a little outdated at this point. But the Crucible video, it's still all of that still remains with what I currently feel.
Okay. Yeah, check that out. The Flash, he sent it over a last minute 50 MX is saying, "Sup, BG? Are you aware about the Orochi bug? She's stuck at 1% and just won't die. If you're able to check X, I posted a video there." I actually am aware of it, yeah. I didn't look into the fight at all, but I won't say who, but someone has made Kabam aware of it. Well, I'm sure multiple people have, but tried everything and spent a couple revives before realizing it wasn't me. It's a shame. Hopefully Kabam addresses this problem and fixes it.
Yeah, they're aware, we can say.
They're aware. I think what I heard was the cause, if it's accurate, players should never run into this issue. Or no, that's not true. Never mind. Yeah. Sorry. I was conflicting, because I think it has something to do with quitting out of the fight. And I was conflicting that with force closing the game. And I was going to say players shouldn't really be force closing anyway. But hey, game crashes happen, and regardless, quitting out of the fight. Dude, what the hell though? You're just really immortal playing Lady Deathstrike, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a great advertisement of Lady Deathstrike right here.
Oh my god. Okay, I guess I see why Lady Deathstrike is an option. Okay. All right. Before I go, though, shout out to Alan for being tonight's biggest D. Alan, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you to everyone else as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, all.